Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday we had the People's Baraza in Nairobi at Kamkunji grounds. And in that baraza, there is one man, Mwangi wa Iria, who delivered the most uncomfortable message to one William Samuel Ruto. Forget about Gachagua. Gachagua does not understand what it means by governance. For him, he will not, he's not pushed with that message. But for William Ruto, that message means a lot. And Mwangi wa Iria, when he was delivering that message, I was looking on the people, the body language, and even to the extent in which they stood up to show that they are in agreement with Mwangi wa Iria's message. The crowd celebrated Mwangi wa Iria. That means a lot. It is time now William Ruto has to take Azimio serious if really he mean good for this country. And Mwangi wa Iria was very clear that in this country we have a war between shareholders and non-shareholders. Remember, Gachagua is the one who brought the discussion about the shareholders and the company. So according to Mwangi wa Iria, Rigathi Gachagua was removing Article 1 of the Constitution, which says that power belongs to the people, and was replacing it with the Company Act. That was Gachagua. And Ruto took it lightly. And now the fight has emerged. People have now to reclaim their country, and according to Mwangi wa Iria, they are going to use the UN Charter, which allows self-determination. When it comes to them, in other words, what Mwangi wa Iria is calling for is secession. So that those who have the shares in the company will remain with their company. And those who are not shareholders in that company will form their own republic and have their own leader, where they will be maybe taking their taxes to, and a person they will believe in to lead them. First of all, listen to Mwangi wa Iria, then from here we are going to continue with this discussion. Now we are continuing with the panel discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, the message is getting very clear to William Samuel Ruto and the Kenya Kwanza regime. It is either you are opening the server or we go for the UN Charter. So that now we call for self-determination. This is now a new demand that Azimio is putting on the table. The good thing is that that message was delivered by someone from Mount Kenya region, not from Nyanza, not from Western. If it was so, they will take it like, so this is people from Nyanza region who are just disturbing the government, they want to destabilize. The way Gachagua will take it. But now, it is one of the man from Mount Kenya region issuing this statement to William Ruto and his government. Azimio is taking Mwangi wa Iria's position. They are now going to demand William Samuel Ruto to either, even in the dialogue, to either open the server or they call for self-determination. There are many Kenyans who believe that William Ruto did not win election through the ballot. The only way to stop that or to prove it wrong is by just opening the server. That's what Raila Odinga was saying, open the server. Fungua server, kuna shida gani hapa? So fungue tu server tujue ulishinda. It is just as simple as that. Open the server so that now Kenyans will know who won the election. So there's no two-way here. If we are going to go, and by the way, many people are going to push Raila Odinga to take Mwangi wa Iria's position, to either open the server or this time round, we will not allow you to lead us. it is better the 70% who are not comfortable with you to go ahead and have their own president. So it will not be the issue of Raila taking out of office. It will be the issue of now, if we have to go by this move, people now fighting to have their own territory. And I saw people are drawing a map. They are showing where UDA is controlling vis-a-vis where the Azimio la Umoja is controlling. That means if they have to go in that direction, Azimio is going to use the vote they got in the concluded election of 2022. And they will use the members of parliament and presidential votes. Saying that in areas where they got huge amount of votes, like Western, Nyanza, Lower Eastern, the entire Eastern there, you go to Coast region, you come to parts of Central, of course Nairobi, it means that is 70% of this country. So they will be claiming those places to take control. That is the new move Mwangi Iria is bringing in. This is now to breathe in a fresh air in Azimio la Umoja, to tighten their belt so that they will stand with what they started with. It was the issue of Sava, IBC, cost of living. And Ruto was taking it lightly, and they say it will be a discussion in the National Assembly. This discussion cannot succeed in the National Assembly only. That's why they're saying, let us expand it. So that move alone is enough for Azimio la Umoja to abandon the issue of dialogue in case the issue of opening the server is not on the table. They can abandon it, then go further to use the UN Charter. So, in as much as Gachagua has been so much loudy and noisy, Ruto has to call him to know how it will go way forward. But as much as Gachagua will continue to spew venom, the more he make it worse for him. Because now they are using the issue of the company. Look at that company. Who are the shareholders? You talk about Western, hakuna. Walituambia 30% misi kuona hapo kitu. Talk about Nyanza region. There's nothing. You cannot feel that you are in that government. Talk about Mount Kenya. It is those who were close to Ruto and Gachagua who got position. What about the poor who cannot afford food? They can't afford food. They're not part of this government. So it is a government of shareholders who are now dividing and sharing. Talk about civil servants who cannot receive their salary. They will be part of this game. So it tells you that this Kenya Kwanza team is now becoming big because now many people are not comfortable under the leadership of one William Samoei Ruto and his deputy Gachagua. So it is not like this, but with time, and as much Ruto will not sort out these problems that we are facing, everyone is going to view him as an enemy, and they will use this statement from Mwangi Iria to now start collecting taxes and refusing to bring it, to take it to the national government. It will start like that. Then from there, kidogo, utasikia sasa, wewe sisi hatukutambui kama president. It will be worse for him. So William Ruto, number one, he has to blame Gachagua. And number two, he has to call him to order. Number three, open the server. Number four, cost of living. And number five, IBC. If it will not be taken care of properly, then I'm telling you, this message is very strong. I don't know your views, but let us visit the comment section for continuation of this conversation.